What's up, everybody? I will be your captain for today. We are doing a non-stop flight from Lynchburg to Lynchburg. I'm your captain, Michael somebody, and we hope you get adjusted into your seats and enjoy the flight. Okay, no, for real though. Welcome to vlog 2. Man, a lot of stuff has happened. I've recorded a vlog every day, but for some reason they keep getting corrupted on my phone. So you have to do with this. I'm sorry. I know it's been 2 weeks since I've had a vlog. Also, I was looking at my logs, and wow, I speed when I'm talking on the phone, or talking like this on a vlog, because for some reason I just like lose sense of my pedal. It's fine. I'm paying attention. I'm not breaking the law. When I say speed, I mean going like 65 into 60. I mean, it is not detrimental. Okay, these people are just going so slow. They're going 55 into 60 to you getting past. Sorry. I hope you... I wonder if you can hear that. You probably could. This car is a decent engine, V6. How many liters is this engine? That's the question. But yeah, so it was a horrible day today. No. Okay, beautiful Virginia day. Nice summer day. Everything's green. Everything looks beautiful, as you can see in the background. Only problem is I had my microbiology presentation today. I don't know if you remember me talking about that. So it was the one that had to do with plague and Yersinia pestis, which I love. I love Yersinia pestis, and it's my favorite disease, which I know is weird to say, but it's one of my pet diseases. I named it Frank, okay? Anyway, we had our presentation today. It was terrible because, we're supposed to speak for 2.5 minutes, right? Right. Okay. Now, I had my whole sheet of paper. I've been practicing every day for the last 2 weeks. So it's 14 sessions, okay? 14 sessions. I've been practicing. And then, as soon as the presentation day comes, guess what Michael decides to do? He decides to look at somebody in the eye during the presentation of 70 students, and then he completely goes blank and forgets everything he was going to talk about for 2.5 minutes. So, luckily, Michael had a sheet. However, every time he looked at it, he started stuttering, and his voice started tremoring. So he ended up not using his sheet because he sounded more of an idiot than when he did not use it. So he kind of... Michael didn't make up stuff, but he didn't talk about everything he was going to. As a result, Michael did not talk for 2.5 minutes. In fact, my entire presentation is only about 30 seconds long. So if you couldn't see the problem in that, yeah, it was pretty atrocious. And if you guys also couldn't tell, if my friends Sarah or Kay are watching this, I had coffee today. You know that. I had a cold brew. I had a 16-ounce a grande cold brew, however big that is. So I'm like wired, which again is not good for me, because I'm pretty sure it affected my presentation grade negatively, because my brain was just in 5 million different directions. And then after that horrible presentation, all my other classmates did fine. Every other presenter did fine. They all did their 2.5 minutes. I'm the only one who sounded absolutely stupid, which that's just normal. Let's just say I would rather take the American Chemical Society exam 2 more times than ever do that again. In my 4 years of college, that's the worst assignment I've ever had to do in my life. My heart was beating the entire time. It was atrocious. Nobody thought, well, okay. People were just being nice to me. They're like, oh, you did so good. I'm like, no. I don't think you understand how bad I did. Like, I threw up after my presentation. You know what? I was barely able to hold it up for the 10 minutes that my group was talking. And then after that, went to the bathroom, bent over a sink. I was done. You know what? It was terrible. But you know what? Thankfully, my professor is so nice about grading and everything that, like, I don't want to say probably. I'm probably only going to get 1 or 2 points docked off, maybe. I'll give you guys an update, but he's really nice, so he's not going to be too critical on us at all, which is really appreciated. He's like the best biology professor I've ever had ever. He's awesome. But yeah, no, that was a miserable experience. And then me and him were talking about it afterwards. He's like, you did fine. I'm like, does fine mean I'm going to get a perfect score, or does fine mean, like, you know, I'm going to only get like half the point? You know, what? I don't know, but he'll give the grades today. Yeah, we'll see what happens. It should be okay. I'm just nervous because that's how Michael is. Cat gods. It's weird because I don't really refer to myself as Crazy Alaskan Cotshot or Cat Gods in my vlogs. I usually just call myself Michael because that's, you know, my name. And it was really funny because in chemistry today we were learning about Michael reactions, and I was on Tinder, and I was thinking, you know what? I wonder if I should do it. Only 1 person out of 1 million would get it. Actually, yeah, I probably shouldn't do it then. Because apparently there's these things called Michael donors and Michael acceptors. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be like, swipe right if you're a Michael acceptor. I'm a Michael donor, so, you know, we're a perfect blend. That would be a joke that only like a biochemistry or a chemistry major student would understand. So yeah, I'm probably not going to do that. But it'd be funny. Might give me one date, you never know. Someone might not leave me in 4 weeks like everybody else does, but you know how that goes. Also, last week, it's getting hot here again. Also, last week I got my COVID shot, first one for Pfizer, and that was an ordeal. I was gonna post that video, but I was kind of sick, not from COVID, from not from the vaccine, from other things. Like, it was a bad day to get my COVID shot, and that same night and the whole day after, my deltoid was so sore. I've never worked it out that much to the point where I got that terribly sore. It was super bad. Oh, weird. Okay. But yeah, no, it was a fairly miserable experience. In that I was sore. I didn't get any nasty side effects like, flu-like symptoms. I don't have any of that at all. No headaches, nothing like that. The only thing that may have been a side effect, I don't even think it was a side effect, was like a little bit of congestion and a little bit of tightness in the head. A little bit, not very much at all, but I legitimately think that was just congestion from allergies, because honestly, the pollen in Virginia has been super bad lately, and I've been taking my Zyrtec and medicines, but I'm pretty sure it was just allergies, because it only lasted for like a couple hours. It wasn't even the whole day, like the whole COVID vaccine symptoms usually last for. But yeah, that was... I don't know if I like horizontal recording or vertical recording. Horizontal is probably better for like quality, I assume, because when I posted my first vlog, it was kind of annoying because it was in vertical, and I know how much of a meme it is when people post things in vertical. Man, that's an old meme. Like, do you guys remember what I'm talking about? Like the whole, like, people, idiots who record videos in vertical mode versus people, smart people who record in horizontal mode. I feel like that's an old meme. Like, I knew it was a meme at one point. I don't remember how long ago or when, but yeah, that was a good one. Man, that really gives me nostalgia. I might, you know what? Since I keep wanting to do a collab video with somebody with like Try Not to Laugh in person, obviously, and it's really annoying because I'm never with somebody long enough to do that. It's fine. And all my freaking friends are like, see, the friends that I have one or two. No, I have 2 that live here, but they're all busy, because they're actually adults. They have to work. So that's not really gonna work. Fellow students, yeah, I know them, but they're all residential students, which means they'll all be going bye-bye in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, like 11 days now. And like, so summer, it's not gonna be rough, but it's not gonna be like fun per se. I mean, well, it's gonna be fun from the research aspect, because like I said, I'm gonna have that job, and my professor still has not sent me an email with the application form, even though he said I got in. So it's like, okay, that's fine. I hope he does soon, because it's starting to make me anxious. But yeah, I didn't even go to the gym today, because I was talking to my friends Sarah and Kay. I have 3 girl duos that I hang out with. Okay, Megan and Lily, Sarah and Kay, and then Kylie and Sloan. I have 3 girl duos I always hang out with, and I was with the first duo today, Sarah and Kay, and they're they just like talked to me for like an hour, they're asking me about relationship stuff, they're like, what kind of girls do you like, all this stuff, because I don't know why it came up, but we started talking about it for whatever reason, and I was just like pouring my heart out to them for an hour. I always feel I always feel bad telling people about that kind of stuff, because I'm weird. And if you guys knew what kind of women I liked, you guys would think I'm really, really weird. But no, I told them about my ex, all this crazy stuff from last year, and it's like, but no. I am going to be selling my books on not the App Store, Amazon Kindle very soon. So I will keep you guys very in touch on that. So since we have about 6 minutes left in the vlog, I'm trying to keep these below 15 minutes long. So I'll start out with the beginning. So the plot is, so basically there's this guy named Branson McCullens, and he grew up in post-apocalyptic America in the 2080s and 2090s. His parents disappeared. He lives with his brother Jason in the slums. Ooh, hang on. I'm not gonna tailgate you, but you really should speed up for your own safety, dude. I don't know why. There you go. Okay. No, you're not speeding up at all. You're just slowing down. Anyway, yeah, him and his brother live in the slums. Fast food worker, nothing too interesting. Then he happens to run across this lady named Lucinda. Ooh, what's her name? Lucinda. Guys, I know my books, okay? Lucinda Meadows. And basically, she is a resistance fighter, but not just any resistance fighter. She is... Hold up. She is the leader of Division 9, which is the Special Forces detachment of the FTR, which is the Free Temecan Resistance. So basically, Branton lives in this country called the Socialist Republic of Temeka, and it is pretty much the vestiges of the East Coast that survived after a nuclear war. Similar to Panem and the Hunger Games. Similar. Again, inspiration is driven from the Hunger Games and Jericho, a lot of those other World War III post-apocalyptic books. See, but that's the problem. Nobody ever goes like 50 to 70 years after the events happen. It's always in the moment, and I don't really... It gets overused a lot. It's not... You don't see a lot of actual like 50 to 70 year after the event has happened kind of books, and that's why I wanted to write those. Except the Hunger Games. Well, the Hunger Games even isn't really that specific either. It doesn't say when it occurred. Although I'm assuming with the hovercraft, I'm assuming it has to be at least 50 to 75 years. Dude, are you serious right now? Wow. Okay. Yeah, that was something. Anyway, yeah. So she is the head of Special Forces. She runs into him, well, unpurposely. Branton... Okay, I don't want to give everything away. I'll stop at the first chapter. So basically, a pandemic, which is really funny that this happens because COVID wasn't a thing when I wrote this part of the book. This was written back in 2015 or 2016-ish, so COVID was not even a thing, except for SARS-1, of course, but not SARS-2. So yeah, basically there's an epidemic in Temeka, and guess what it is? It's a plague epidemic, but it's a very violent and antibiotic-resistant form of plague. Yeah, that was spread in the country, kills a lot of people. Branton and Jason contracts it, his brother, but he survives. When he's getting treated by the doctors, they end up kidnapping him by force to get his blood, other things. I'm not going to go into too much detail. And that's basically where his story starts in the resistance movement. And that's when him and Lucinda literally have to escape his city where he lives in. And pretty much that's where his journey begins. So yeah, I'm not going to go much more than that. That's like the first chapter or two. So yeah. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. I will be... Oh yeah, well no, I'm not going to spoil it because a lot of things happen. Like, okay, I'm not sure how good this book is for young children. It's a little bit R-rated, which is funny because when I first wrote it when I was 13 years old, there was absolutely no scenes. The romance scenes were so horrible and cheesy, and you know what? I had to edit. I really had to edit it. So I'm like, okay, I'll modernize this, which is why it's been in an indefinite state of editing because I'm just never satisfied with it. But I feel like as I've gotten to this age now, like 19, like I feel like I'm finally satisfied at the level of maturity and like the vocabulary and stuff, and I'm ready to release it very soon. So yeah. The book is going to be called Postmortem, and no, it's not it is a medical reference, but it's not at the same time. Basically, post-death of America. Anyway, I tried to be clever. Okay, guys, like I promise, if you read the introduction, you're going to think it's some historical novel. It's not, okay? It just, my introductions need to be technical, so that way you get the full lineup of the story. That way you know exactly what's happening, because the introduction is a good three to 4 pages, I believe, and that pretty much sets up the entire story, telling you what happened in the last 70 years. Yeah, anyway, it's essential for you to understand the book properly, and for you to appreciate the dramatization and everything else that occurs in the book. So yeah, please don't skip over the introduction. It's very important, okay? Authors don't write those for no reason. Authors write introductions so that way you can be introduced to the book. I mean, who would have thought? So please read that if you guys do get it. I'm probably not going to be selling it for very much. I might even launch it for free. I really don't know. At most, it'll be like $4 or $4.99. I'm thinking like that, because it's about 300 to 400 pages, I believe. And I might even do $3, $2.99. I'm not sure how much I'm going to launch it for. I also don't know how it works at all, so I'm going to have to really look into it. But yeah, Amazon will publish it. I contacted them a while ago, but I'm not sure if I have to renew the process. So it should be fun either way. And also, that's not the only book. There are 3 that are completed. The 4th one that's in the making. The 4th one is actually, believe it or not. Okay, so book 1 is Postmortem. Book 2 is Directive 32, which is the sequel to Postmortem. And then the third book is named oh my gosh, I can't pronounce my own book. Hostum Republicae. It's Latin. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce it. I really should. I haven't even spoken those words, those 3 words together in like 3 years ever since it was written. Again, it needs to be heavily modernized. Because here's the thing: originally the books were only about 200 pages long, and when I went about modernizing them, I pretty much doubled the size of the book, and I pretty much gutted the entire detail and just left the skeletal plot. Even added a few new plot things that weren't a thing before, and then I pretty much just rewrote the entire story. Because you know what, I'm like, is it gonna be easier to rewrite this or edit this to make it sound more sophisticated? And I'm like, no, it's gonna be a lot easier to just rewrite the entire thing, but keep the main plot. So that's what I did, and I'm happy with it. You know what, I'm happy with the first book. I'm gonna start working on the second and third during the summer, and hopefully those will all be released. And yeah, so the fourth book that I'm writing, which is called Putin's Legacy, that is the prequel of all this. So this is actually when crap goes down and when crap hits the fan in the 2020s, when the nuclear war actually starts. So the book is written from the perspective of a woman named Samantha, who goes through this whole ordeal. I know. I literally was just bashing on books that only take place during the apocalypse and very shortly thereafter. But it's essential so that way you understand the entire story. Okay? There's Easter eggs. There's Easter eggs to the original trilogy, what is what I'm calling them, and it's an amazing. Okay, I feel prideful saying this, but it's an amazing book. It ties everything together so well, in my opinion. That's why I wrote it, because, like, sure, when I wrote the original trilogy, they were great, but something was longing inside me. I'm like, you know what? I need to pay tribute. I need to write something about what happened before all this bad stuff happened, because actually the book takes place right before everything happens, when life was normal in America. I believe it takes place in the year 2026 or 2027. I believe it's 2026. I haven't written or edited that book in a while. But yeah, it takes place a couple days before, a couple days after, and then it fast forward like 5 years. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So anyway, guys, I'm pretty much home, so that's going to be all for this vlog today. I'll probably try to do another one soon, but if not, now you know about my book. So, yes. All right, stay frosty.